What's up, everyone? I'm back. I haven't made a normal video in a while. I'm sorry about that. House sitting. I kept coming back and forth, at least, to do my live stream.
Excuses! Excuses! How am I supposed to trust you when all you give me are excuses?
Other than that, I'm back home, back where I belong, and I'm ready to do more videos. Today, we're going to be ranking NFL logos. Sorry if this is a bit of a boring video. I'm still taking it slow. I just want to do as many videos as I can to begin with, grow the channel. After that, once it grows a little more, I can take more suggestions. I can interact with you guys a little bit more. I can't wait. Today, I'm simply going to be ranking the NFL logos. Obviously, logos are important to every team. A lot of the logos signify the city's culture, and a lot of the times it means absolutely nothing at all. We're not going to be judging the meaningness of these logos today. We're simply going to judge the look of them. In my list, you can see that there's a lot of old and alternate logos. There's even a couple of logos I've never even seen before in my life.
I don't even know who you are.
We'll start with the current day logos. After that, I'll get a little more into the alternate logos and some of the classic. My top tier today is going to be classic. Obviously, that means it's a classic jersey. Either it's never been changed, or it's never need to be changed, or both. After that, we have great. Then we have good. And then I have acquired taste. I wasn't quite sure what to put after good. I didn't want to just put bad. Because to be fair, a lot of logos are an acquired taste. Some may like them, some may hate them. And then for my worst tier, I have call a designer. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. Call a designer. You need a new logo. Okay, there's no particular order. I'm just going to start with the Carolina Panthers. I actually like the Panthers logo. Maybe I'm a little biased. In high school, I played for a team called the Panthers, and we had a very similar logo. But in all honesty, it is a pretty badass logo. The Panther looks mean as hell, and I like it. I'm going to put it in the great category. As for their uniforms, that's for another video. Next, we got the Bears logo. They changed it from the C to the Bears head. I much preferred the C. I'm not saying the Bears head is bad, but the C was more classic, more iconic. I'm going to put an acquired taste. Then we have the Bengals. I'm not a huge fan of orange in general. When you add black stripes to it, I'm even a less fan. Obviously, I'm sure people in Cincinnati love it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. For the Bengals, I'm also going to put in acquired taste. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I don't hate the Cardinal logo. And at least they make this cardinal look really mean. But at the end of the day, it's a cardinal. It's not intimidating. It's a cute little birdie. Now, I can't really blame the logo because it's the team name or whatever. You're not going to have a logo of an astronaut if your team name is the Cardinals. So I can't really blame them for that. So for what they had to work with, I will give it good. But even then, I think they're in a need for at least a little retouch. Now we have the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns logo is iconic in its own right. It's simply just a picture of their orange helmet. They do have an alternate logo of the little elf that we'll get to later. But let's face it, for this, let's call a designer. Following that is another iconic logo, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys, their logo is simple. It's to the point. Know exactly what team it is. So I gotta give it. I gotta put it in classic. I do. Denver Broncos. Now for a horse, they make this horse look mean as hell. Certainly not a horse I want to get on and ride. The orange, again, not a huge fan of orange, but it actually works pretty well with that navy blue. I'm going to put it in the good category. Detroit Lions, I love their color scheme. I love their uniforms. As for their logo, it's pretty simple. It's nice. It's a lion. And I think most of these animal logos are probably going to end up in the good category. But when you have an animal, there's not much you can work with. There's not much originality you can have because you got to stick with the animal. That's not something you can say for the Green Bay Packers logo, as obviously you don't want a logo of someone packing. I don't know if Green Bay stole it from Georgia or Georgia stole it from Green Bay. Either way, it's a good logo. It's a classic logo. Know exactly which team it is. So, for like I just said, it's a classic logo. I'm going to put it in the classic category. Houston Texans. Now, I don't hate their logo, but let's face it, they've had this logo since they were born. And when I say born, I mean founded. It's been a very long time, over 20 years. It hasn't changed since, at least not much. And like I said, it's not a bad logo, but it's outdated. Let's call a designer. The Indianapolis Colts. I like their logo. It's clean. It's nice. It's simple. And I would put it in the classic. But to be honest, it's a little boring. It's just a blue horseshoe with a white background. It's boring.
Step it up, find something new. You're boring.
But it is nice. It's clean, recognizable. So I will put it in great. Jaguars. Now that's another animal one. And like I said, I will probably put most animal ones in the good category. The Jaguars, I'm going to put it in acquired taste. First, I think the color scheme is an acquired taste. While I do like the aqua blue teal, I think in the past, a lot of the times we've seen it's clashed with the gold. It's not hideous. It's not outdated. They did revamp it a few years ago. Certainly not something everybody's a fan of. Kansas City Chiefs, probably the Eagles' biggest rival right now, next to the Cowboys. First time ever interconference teams have met in the last 5 years. 2 of those being Super Bowl matches, which is even extra pretty crazy. So you might think I want to be a little biased here and put them low, but let's face it, they do have a really nice logo. It's the arrowhead with the KC in the middle, clean. And while I would like a little bit of that yellow in there, it's still landing in class. Raiders, doesn't matter if it's Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles. This is a classic logo. It's never outdated. It's badass with the black and silver. Let's face it. Deep down inside, we've all kind of wanted to wear that silver and black badass. And I know I said I'm not basing this off of uniforms, but that logo is still a classic logo. You know exactly what team it is. He's wearing the little old timer football helmet with the eye patch. I mean, come on, you have a logo with an eye patch? That's cool. Next is the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons is one of those logos that have a little hidden message. Now, I'm going to give a little extra bonus points for those logos that have hidden messages. That's just kind of a little cool. For the Falcons, obviously, as you can see, it's also an F. I like that effort. I like that thought. However, I don't love the logo itself. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same as well. I'm sure a lot of people disagree. So for the Falcons, I'm going to put in acquired taste. The Los Angeles Chargers, they recently tweaked the logo a bit and the uniforms itself. They removed the navy blue of it and kept it a lot cleaner with simple white, yellow, and the powder blue. And let's face it, everyone loves the powder blue. I love the powder blue. You love the powder blue. Now, I can't quite put it in classic because let's face it, it's just a lightning bolt. So I am going to put it in great. As for the other Los Angeles team, this right away, it's hideous.
It's hideous.
It's just an LA, and the A has some kind of weird horn toupee. When they first released it, everyone was comparing it to Donald Trump's hair. When you release your logo and right away people are comparing it to a toupee, you need to call and hire. Well, first you need to fire your current designer, call a new designer, and you need to hire other designers as well. You're in trouble. Now we have the Dolphins, the aqua and orange, just the dolphin. They removed the helmet from the dolphin, which everyone kind of liked. Added a cute little touch, you know, dolphin with a football helmet. Adorable. This new version, though, is just kind of, it feels like they're being fancier than they have. This one I'm going to put in acquired taste. Thankfully, they have their classic logo coming up. Another bird logo, the Baltimore Ravens. I do like their logo. It's a mean-looking raven. They have the B in there for Baltimore. He has those menacing red eyes. I'm going to give them great. Minnesota Vikings. Now, I might be a little biased again because when I was growing up in my city, I played for a team called the Vikings. And this time we had the exact same logo. Like, we just had a different color scheme. And even though I'm not a big fan of their horn helmet, like I know it's a horn on their helmet, but it doesn't really look like a horn. It looks more like just like a whooshy thing, like something that's just going whoosh. But I do have to admit, if I saw this logo on the side of their helmet, it wouldn't really look good either. So if your logo's not gonna look good on your helmet when you're playing, then is it really a good logo? For those reasons, I was gonna put it in great, but I'm gonna put it down to good. It is a good logo, but it's questionable when your logo wouldn't look good on you when you're playing. Now we have actually one of the more criticized logos in the league. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this logo. I don't think it deserves to go and call a designer. However, it is a little, patriotic. What is that? Is that a helmet? Like, it looks like one of those biker, not like motorcycle bikers, but it looks like one of those bicyclist helmets where it just like goes all the way back. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember Malcolm in the Middle. I remember Hal wearing one of those helmets. I don't know if he was bicycling or if it was the speed walking. But that's what it looks like he's wearing, and you got a little star, and I know you're the Patriots, so you gotta be patriotic. Acquired taste. Next, we have actually one of my favorite logos. It's the New Orleans Saints logo. It's actually part of our Quebec flag, Montreal, Quebec. That's actually on our flag as well. And I just think it's such a cool little thing. Original. It's different. I'm gonna put it in gray. New York Giants. I always kind of thought it was a little ironic that the New York Giants would have their logo in lowercase letters. Still, it's one of those classic logos again. Know exactly what team it is. Clean. It's nice. It's recognizable. This one goes in classic. Now we have the Jets' new logo. This is not. I mean, I didn't really like their other last logo either, but I still feel like this is somewhat of a downgrade. You don't have that football anymore. I like the football. Now you just have what kind of looks like a jet wing on the top. I'm gonna put this one as well in acquired taste. Okay, my favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles. This is also another one that has a little bit of a secret message, as you see at the end. Sorry, let me get that better view. If you see it is around his neck area, feathers are, there's a bit of an E. It looks like an E. Now, this one is a little bit more of a subtle and maybe it feels like a bit of an accident, coincidence kind of thing. Like they made the logo and then noticed that kind of looks like an E and then just said, yeah, we did that on purpose. Either way, it's a pretty nice logo. Yeah, I'm not going to give it the extra bonus points for the hidden E. If it truly was done on purpose, then kudos. It's a nice logo. I'm not gonna put it in the classic because they haven't had it for a very, very long time. I still will be a little bit biased because I still think it's awesome. The eagle looks mean. I'm gonna put it in good. As for their classic logo, we'll get to that. Pittsburgh Steelers, classic. Never really changed other than maybe like font and coloring. You have the three colored shapy thingies. Everyone knows what team it is. It's clean, it's recognizable. This also goes into class. And you can just take everything I said about the Steelers and Giants and Kansas City and Green Bay, and you can apply that to San Francisco. It's clean, it's recognizable. You know what team it is. You got the good color scheme. I'm not a big fan of red either. But when you have that red and for some reason the that red and that gold with the hints of white, it works. I'm not a big fan of the black shading on the outside. I'm glad they got rid of that on their actual uniforms. It would be nice if they got rid of it on the logo as well. Seahawks will go in good. Again, I can't say much more or less about that logo than I did about the Cardinals, Lions, and Eagles. It's a nice logo. Certainly can't say it's a bad logo, so it goes in good. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love this logo. I don't love red and orange. I think that's a weird mix, but it's pretty badass. You got the skull, you got the swords and the flag. You know exactly. It's like, you know, pirates. It says exactly what the team is in Tampa Bay. So, you know, you have the water and you got the boats. It makes sense. I'm gonna put Tampa Bay in great. Tampa Bay in great. Then you got the Tennessee thumbtack. I don't like this logo. No, I don't think anybody really likes this logo. It's a pretty bad logo. Let's call a new designer, Tennessee. Washington Commanders, like that's just lazy. You just have a W. It looks like one of those W's I drew in my notebook when I was just bored in class. It's lazy. I missed the Redskins logo. I missed the Redskins name. That was way more. I would have put it in that one in classic. Easy. This lazy thing gets an F. As for the Buffalo Bills, I feel like they're the only animal team that tried to do a little something different and original other than maybe the Falcons. Now, their team name isn't actually like the Buffaloes. So they're just, you know, their team name is the Bills, unless a Bill is a Buffalo. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it's got a bit of originality. I'm not going to put it in classic or anything. Because it's got at least a little bit of originality, and it kind of looks like it's flying, so you got like a flying buffalo. I'll give it a little extra points for that. I'll give it great. Now we get into the classic and alternate logos. I don't even think you can count this as a classic or alternate logo. It's just the Washington football team logo, but at least it's better than, no, is it better than just, either way, call a designer Washington. Call a designer. Yeah. They have Arizona's old logo that looks like it's been drawn by a little kid. Even though that may sound a little mean, it's still better than anything I could draw, that's for sure. Still, this is a professional football league. You want the nicest logo possible. Call the designer. They have a couple of Carolina logos. I think this might be an alternate logo, and this is their older logo. I'm just going to skip those. I mean, the alternate logo is just a panther, just the full body of the panther, and the old logo is basically exactly the same. Then we have Chicago Bears. Looks like a bear sleeping on a football, so that's pretty cute. Just don't remember ever seeing this logo. I don't know if this is a real logo. I'm just gonna tell them to call a designer because it's cute. Fire taste. Now a logo I know Chicago had is their old C. I like this way better than just the Bears screaming at you. This one was way more classic. You knew exactly what team it was. Put this in classic. I know it's just the letter, but sometimes the letter logos are the nicest, unless you're Washington or LA. Okay, then we have Cleveland's little elf. I said I like that way better. That one I'm going to put in good. Still not great, but at least it's something. We have the Bengals alternate logo. It's actually a Bengals head. That one's a little better. At least you know what animal it is. You know, people might still say tigers. That's the Bengals' fault. I mean, the Bengals. People call you the Bagels. Okay, acquired taste. I'm skipping Cleveland's dog logo because I don't consider that really one of their logos. I feel like they just have it because of the dog pound. The logo and only logo is the orange helmet, which isn't even a logo, so I'm skipping that. Next to it, we have looks like a football player riding a horse while on his feet, which is actually pretty impressive. I don't know if the Broncos ever had this logo. I'm not sure if it's a real logo they've ever had. So I'm gonna put this in call a designer. It's not really nice anyway. Now we have Denver's actual classic logo with the D and the horse standing up, shooting a laser beam out its mouth or nose. Either way, the laser beam's awesome. You have the it's a
that you do
Bronco. You have the D for Denver. This one I'm gonna put in good. Okay, now we have this weird ass thing. I don't even know what that is. There's no way this is a current, past, or alternate or anything logo of the Denver Broncos. And like, see its new logo on the top, and then it's like whole body is like inverted or twisted. Like looks like its butt is right under its chin. Tail is on the other side, and I like a chicken wing arm. I'm just gonna skip that one altogether and just go straight to this Lions one, which is actually kind of nice. Like, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna put it in great. I'm gonna have to start scrolling a little bit now. I hope that's okay. Here we have a Houston Texans logo that I've never seen before either, so I'm gonna skip it. Here we have a Colts alternate logo that I do know is real. And this one I'm going to put in great. I can't put it in classic because I don't think they've had this logo for a long time. I do think eventually it could be in a classic. Because if you look at it, it's a horseshoe, it's a C for Colts, and inside the C, as you can see, you have an outline of the state of Indiana, which I think adds even extra originality to it. This goes great. This is great. Followed up by the Jaguars' older logo. I somehow think this is at least a little better than their current logo, so I'm going to put this one in good. It just looks a little more gritty. We have the Chargers' older logo. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not as good and clean as their current logo. As you can see, I'll put them next to each other here. The cleaner logo goes to the new logo. This one I'm still going to put in good. Accidentally skipped over this Packers retro logo, classic logo. Now, I don't consider it a classic. I think it's absolutely hideous and lazy. It's just a football with a guy throwing a football. I do like that they have the state of Wisconsin in there. Still, it's kind of just feels like something someone threw together. All a design. Now we have a logo I mentioned before, the Dolphins' old helmet logo. That one I like a lot better than the one they have now. This one has the little helmet with the dolphin. The dolphin looks mean. It's just nicer. It's more original. It's less corporate-y. This I'll put in class. After that, I think this might be a Vikings real alternate logo. Otherwise, I don't think it is. It's just a V, and the V's have horns. I don't like it. Then we have one that's I truly think is an acquired taste. You have the Patriots old logo. Look, it's a Patriot and he's playing football. It's to the point. You know what it is? It's meh. Acquired taste. Now we have the Saints old logo. Now it's the fleur de lis again, but this time on top of that fleur de lis, you'll have like a little crown that says Saints. I do think it's a bit of a downgrade from their current one, even though there's a little bit more to it. So this one I'm going to put in acquired taste. But again, it's a very old logo. Can't really blame it for not being super nice. Oh, going through more logos than I expected. We have a few old Rams logo. As for this logo, that's very old. It's I'm gonna skip that one. This one was their last logo. This one I will rate. They did have it for quite some time, and honestly, it's better than their current logo. I'm just gonna put it in good because I also don't like the color scheme, but at least it's a ram. Then we have the Rams' current alternate logo, which is actually a ram. I think that's nicer than the LA horn. Still don't think it's very nice though. It just looks thrown together. It looks lazy. Get a new designer. After that, it's the Jets. On the left, we see a Jets logo that I'm not sure they ever actually had again either. And then we have the actual Jets old logo. This one I like a lot more than the current one. It's just a lot nicer. You have New York, the Jets, and a little football. You don't have anything. You're not trying to be too cute with a fancy hidden wing. I know I said I liked hidden messages, but it's not really a message. It just looks like a little loop. A little swoop. Her older one was better. I'm not sure why they had to change. They just had to revamp the uniforms a little bit. This one I'm gonna put in classic. Okay, this might be a little biased. Maybe not. But this is my favorite football logo of all time. You have the Eagles retro logo. This I have to put in classic. The eagle is beautiful. It's carrying a football like it's prey. I have it tattooed on me. I'm putting this number one. Now, I'm not putting in this in any particular order, but this I'm putting first. This I gotta put ahead of everything else. Best logo ever. Then on the bottom here, as you can see, we have maybe a Steelers old logo and also a 49ers old logo. I'm not going to rate these. These are just kind of like fun pictures to me. We do have the Seahawks older logo. This one I do like. I think the colors are better than the current ones, but the logo itself is worse. So wherever I do have the Seahawks currently, this one I have to put it at least in acquired taste. As for the uniforms in these eras, that's a whole other story. Then we have Baltimore's alternate Baltimore, the Raven face logo. This one, while it's not hideous, every time I look at it, all I can picture is a bird going to me like. For that reason, I'm just gonna put it in acquired taste, I guess. Now we have Tampa Bay's old logo, the pirate with the knife in his mouth. But the fact that it's winking at me, I don't know. I don't know. Why are you winking? This is like, unless you're taunting, I guess I get it. But all the designer. Tennessee Thumbtacks retro. Sorry, not retro. The Tennessee Thumbtacks current alternate logo. At least this looks a bit more like a sword, except now you have the Dragon Ball in the middle, which just makes me want to watch Dragon Ball, little Dragon Ball Z, Doesn't make me think of football. For that reason, I'm gonna put and still call it design. Buffalo Bills old logo. This is literally just the outline of a buffalo. Call it design. Yeah, that leads us to the Washington Redskins logo. This one was way better. This one is a classic. Everyone knows the Redskins. I understand why they changed it. I just don't understand why it was. I don't know. It's a touchy subject. Look, it's a classic logo. Okay, I like the logo. It's a great logo. Let's move on. And then on the bottom here, I think we're down to our last two logos. Actually, I think this looks like a Rams old logo. Maybe that's what inspired them to make this modernized looking version of it. At least that would make a lot more sense now. Last but not least, we have the Falcons old logo. It's basically a version of their current logo, just less huzzah designer. Okay, thank you everyone. That's my video for today. Next, I'm going to try and rank everybody's uniforms. Home uniforms combined with the away uniforms. I'm going to count them as one. And then I'll see if I can also do retro uniforms or alternate uniforms. And yes, I will be coming out with other videos other than just ranking things. Like I said, I'm just warming up, dipping my toes in the water. I'll start doing my Madden videos soon. I'll start doing other little videos soon, keeping up with the football season. So hang tight, keep up the good work. And before I go, here's a good quick look of my final list. Take a quick gander, look it over. Let me know if you agree or not. Let me know what you would change, and I'll see you next time.